Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little something new, a little something different. Me and my buddy here, Riley, we thought it'd be a good idea to just start a podcast because what depressed men in their early 20s do, they start podcasts. So here we are.
My idea.
It was his idea. It absolutely was his idea. I'll give him credit. So first, let's get some introductory stuff out of the way since this is the first episode. You guys probably want to know what this whole podcast thing is going to be about. And well, let's start off with who I am. I'm, you love me, you know me, the Battle Moon, otherwise known as Noah, because I'm not going to be referred to as the Battle Moon on this constantly, so I'm Noah. You're probably here because you're on my channel. That is true. Make Siege content and content over other games and just general nerd. That's it. And then I'm gonna take it away over to my buddy Riley. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, well, name's Riley, or I think, what else have I been referred to on this channel? Twisted, right?
Forever ago, yeah.
Yeah, now my name's Rogue. But yeah, just, big gamer, huge Star Wars fan, and Marvel, and all that type of shit. I will start uploading again. If you go to my channel, because all my subscribers are your subscribers.
This is true. This is true. But you just gotta get in there, start grinding shit out.
Yeah, just, I'm upgrading my shit slowly, so slowly content will start coming out. But yeah,
I know got it.
that's a little about me. We'll explore probably more of our interests, what we like, what we hate, as we talk about the different stuff in the podcast. Which, speaking of what we're going to talk about, you want to say what that is, Noah?
Alrighty, so in this podcast, we're not just going to be talking about one particular thing. Like, this isn't just a Siege podcast or just a gaming podcast, but just a general nerdy podcast, like a nerdcast. We're going to be going over games, comics, movies, pretty much everything. If you're a nerd and you like stuff, we're probably going to cover it. I think the only thing we're not going to cover is anime because I don't watch it, and I don't think Riley watches it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, so
I mean, we could probably get White Angel.
We could get him in.
That would basically just be an entire episode of him talking, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey. But, we're going to be not going over just, the games coming out or, one game in general. We're going to be going over, the gaming industry, the stuff that's happening on there, the news that's happening over there. Of course, we're going to be covering, new game releases, what we're excited for, what we're not excited for. Sometimes we might get a game review. I don't know how professional that would be other than just, general thoughts and opinions. Then we're going to be going over anything, Star Wars related for sure, all the new announcements for Star Wars, reviews on Star Wars TV shows and movies when they do come out, and the same thing for Marvel and DC. So, just in general, anything nerdy we will be talking about. So, why not just turn this on while you're trying to do some homework or you're just bored at work and just listen to two nerds talk about shit and get angry over little stuff. So, that's this podcast. And I think today our first topic is going to be talking about the launch of next-gen consoles because that's been a very hot topic recently, a very current thing right now. So we're going to be talking about that. And then after we talk about the launch of the new consoles, we're going to be talking about the announcements for the next couple phases of Star Wars and Marvel, all the new TV shows, the movies, the rumors, all that stuff. And then if we have any time left, we're going to be going over Cyberpunk. Because I don't think you've been playing it, Riley, but I've been playing it a lot, and I have quite a lot of stuff to say about it. So I want to get my opinion out there.
Wait until I get next gen before I play it.
Yep, that's a smart move. That's a smart move. All right, so next gen. What about it? I'm going to let you take the lead on this because I'm sure you've done more research than I have.
So next gen obviously came out, and it's the big hot thing. Everyone wants one. Everybody's trying to get one, but that's the problem. The supply is very limited. Scalpers have been buying, so each store normally don't have them physical stock. It's pretty much all online, but that's also a problem, is because scalpers. If you don't know what scalpers are, they're basically the name given to people that buy the consoles and then resell them for more than what they are.
Yeah, they basically buy all the stock and then sell them for a higher price to make a profit.
Yeah, so basically,
business.
they've been creating these bots to essentially buy the console. Like the like millisecond it goes live. So that's why it's been so hard to get these consoles, because the scalpers have been just as soon as the millisecond these consoles go live, the bot immediately gets the console for them. They go on eBay and sell it for like 1,200. And I don't know how true this report is, but there's a report saying that the scalpers in total have gotten over, I think it was 1.2 million.
Damn. If that is true, they're making bank.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, it's been getting hard to get a console because the scalpers are constantly, just the millisecond these consoles go live, they immediately snag them. And obviously, this is definitely going to change once the PS6 or whatever the next console out there. This is definitely going to change how the consoles are sold. Obviously, it's different this year because of COVID, and so they had to do a lot of it online. But it's definitely going to change it a lot. It's definitely going to affect the future of consoles.
Yeah, but that's what they said whenever, the Xbox One and PS4 were coming out. They're like, oh, we oversold pre-orders. People aren't getting their pre-orders. We're, not making enough. Next console generation will fix that. Then roll around to now, and we're having the same issues over and over again. And I don't know if you've been trying actively to get a PS5, but I have. Every day I've been checking Amazon, I've been checking Best Buy, I've been checking Walmart, I've been checking Target, and we're just out. I've checked stores within a 50-mile radius, and we're just out everywhere. So it's becoming harder and harder and harder to get one, which sucks. But hopefully after the big Christmas rush is over, January, February, more people will be able to get their hands on some. I know that's what I'm waiting for personally. Is I'm just gonna try to get one on my birthday in February.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah,
because right now
that's what a lot of people are waiting. Or the tax checks.
Oh, your mic's popping like crazy.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it's like a jet turbine.
Still.
Nope, now
Really?
it's good. Now it's good. But
Okay.
oh nope, it's doing it again.
Hello.
Okay. You're good now, I think.
All right. Okay.
But then that's going to also lead to problems because the more people that wait for January and February, the more people that are trying to buy some and shit like that. So who knows how long this is going to be congested and slow. And on top of that, just getting the consoles, I went ahead and looked up some problems. Apparently the PS5 is having problems that include overheating issues, controllers that aren't charging correctly, games that are just getting uninstalled without warning, and glitches that can cause the console to crash. And there's apparently one glitch that actually bricks the PS5 console, and that stemming from an issue with keeping the console in rest mode for too long. So if you do get one, there's a chance that since these are the most early iterations of the console, that you're going to run into a lot of issues, and that kind of sucks. Because just imagine you're trying for weeks to get one. You finally get your hands on one, or hell, you might have even bought one from a scalper for $800 or $1,000. I know for someone from work that got one for Christmas, and their parents have money, and they just bought them one from a scalper for $1,000. Can you imagine if you waited that long, or got one after spending that much money and your fucking console bricks? Because I'm sure you can send it in for repairs for free, but who knows how long that's going to take, especially when I'd say their priority is just getting more and more consoles out the door instead of, fixing the old ones. So that sucks, especially the overheating issues and the keeping the console in the rest mode that can brick it, because I keep my console in rest mode pretty much constantly. I can't remember last time I shut down my PS4. So, man. I don't even want to think about that, because if I do get a PS5 and it bricks, I'm throwing a fucking fit. I'm going to march into wherever I bought it from and be like, I want a refund, I want a new one, something. I'm going to go full Karen on everyone in that fucking store.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's well known at this point, never buy a console at launch, because there's normally always problems. The Switch, I don't know if you know this, but when that console first came out, it was a terrible launch. There is you can find it on YouTube. There is a 13-minute video, or I think longer, of just the constant Switch problems. It'd make noises. The game would there was just constant problems when that console first came out. And I don't know too much, what the Xbox's problems are. I know people are fucking vaping into it, and Xbox themselves had to tweet and be like, "Stop vaping in your consoles. Like that's ruining it."
I mean, yeah.
I just, but yeah, I mean, I did hear that the PS5 is outperforming the Xbox though, even though on paper Xbox should be outperforming the PS5.
So now I'm looking at the Xbox issues, and apparently there's an issue where the disk drive becomes unusable, like the disk drive is breaking, so you can't use disc games. And then there are also consoles where third-party headsets, there's issues where third-party headsets are just not working, or when they are working, their volume controls aren't working, and like the mic will just randomly go mute and shit like that. So that's also bad. Wi-Fi connection is inconsistent. Remote play on Windows 10 not working with certain titles, which, I mean, fair enough. 4K compatibility is not working, and that seems to be it. So nothing that can break it, just really annoying stuff like disk drive not working, shit like that, which is still bad, but
yeah,
it's not bad. Especially the third-party headset. I'm not buying an Xbox branded headset because those aren't really great. So, so they're having their fair share of issues. I'm sure in the coming months they are going to start putting out consoles that aren't going to have these issues, but right now just buying a new console is not only hard but also kind of risky. So I don't know if I would advise anyone to go out there and buy one, but at the same time I'm also looking for one. I'm not going to be hypocritical. So what else do you want to talk about for the consoles? We could talk about the launch titles, which I'd have to look up the Xbox ones because I'm buying a PlayStation.
They didn't have any.
Oh, really? So it's all like backwards compatible games and games that are just released on like a bunch of consoles.
As far as I know, I'm 100% sure they had none. Because I think they were supposed to have Halo Infinite, but that got pushed back to like late next year.
Yeah, they needed time.
Yeah, but alright, this is not related to the games, but the controller for the PS5 is sick as hell. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you zoom in on the controller, like the design, it's like tiny squares, triangles, circles, and X's. Like basically the buttons on the controller. It's just like it's etched into the controller, and it looks dope as hell.
No, I like the design of it.
Yeah, launch titles. Let's see. There's Demon Souls.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you at Demon Souls. That is the only reason why I'm trying to get a PS5. Because you know me, I'm a huge Soulsborne fan. I've beaten every Dark Souls. I've beaten Bloodborne. I can't tell you how many thousands of hours I've spent within Dark Souls and Bloodborne. They're really not, though. They're really not. You gotta let me carry you through one. Like, as soon as let me carry you through Dark Souls 2. It is the easiest one. It will take maybe 2 days. Like, it's not that bad. But that is the only reason why I'm trying to get a PS5, because the game looks gorgeous, and Demon Souls is the only Soulsborne game I never beat since I never had a PS3. So I'm trying to get a PS5, get Demon Souls. Can't wait to play it. It looks fantastic. It looks gorgeous. It looks amazing, and I just can't wait to get my hands on it. Definitely expect a couple videos up on my channel on it whenever I do get it, even though I know they're not going to get that many views, because if I don't make Siege content, it doesn't, like, the algorithm just does not promote them. But I will be making videos on it, and I will be covering it, and I'm hyped for it. But other than that, I'm not really too excited for any launch titles. Like, any of the new, like, next-gen only games. Like, I heard about a game called Godfall, which is kind of like a Warframe-type clone, but not as good. And it looks alright, but, like, there's no other titles that are really jumping out at me that I can't already play on, current gen.
I mean, you can't play it on current gen, but I'm waiting until the PS5 to play Miles Morales.
This is true. Miles Morales, I've heard great things, and Spider-Man PS4 was, amazing. So that'll be good.
Yeah. I'm waiting until next gen to get it. But I guess technically Cold War was also a launch title.
Yeah, but it also came out on current gen. I'm talking about, like, launch titles that are, like, next gen only.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm going like down the list. I mean, obviously, like Miles Morales, you can play it on PS4, but it's technically for the PS5, but they threw it on PS4 because obviously certain people want to play it. They, played it on PS4.
Don't get me started with the technically it's for next gen shit, because when Cyberpunk comes out, I'm going for CD Projekt's Red's neck. I'm just saying, like, we'll get to that later, but you're in for a rant, all right? I'm just going to give you that much.
Alright. But
Okay.
yeah.
So, want to wrap up next gen consoles, or do you want to start moving on to the Phase 4 announcements for Marvel?
Yeah. I I I guess final thoughts. From what I've heard, they're both good consoles. I've heard some of the launch titles for the PS5 are really good. I haven't heard any bad things about like any of the games. And besides the issues, I haven't heard anything bad about the consoles. There is one thing with the PS5 that I heard that is really cool. When you first launch it up, it's a mix between the PS2 and the PS3 intro.
That's kind of dope. I love the PS2 intro.
But yeah, so I mean, final thoughts. From what I hear, they're both really good consoles. Just really hard to get because of scalpers. Fuck you, scalpers, if you're somehow listening to this. But yeah, for good things about them, I haven't heard anything really too bad. People need to stop vaping in their Xboxes. But yeah, final thoughts. I'm ready to move on to Phase 4 announcements and Star Wars.
The only thing I'm going to say is if you are trying to get a next-gen console right now, just make sure you get a warranty. Like, it's only like 60 extra bucks, and if you're dropping 500 or 400 on a console, might as well get it now, especially when they're all having these issues. So if something does come up, you can just use your warranty and get one, you're covered. Normally I don't buy warranties on stuff, but when it's this early and people are having this many issues, just buy it, just so you can cover yourself. But rather be safe than sorry. And that's it. Now, Marvel Phase 4. Do you have the picture of all the Phase 4 shit pulled up on your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to cover... Are we covering it from left to right or top to bottom? Like, are we going, like, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, or are we going Black Widow, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy?
I mean, do you want to just talk about what they announced, or you just want to talk about Phase 4 in general?
I figure we talk about everything that was announced individually and then just wrap it up with the general thing of, like, what they're going for.
Okay. Do you want me to go, or do you want to do this?
You probably know a lot more about this stuff. Like I know more. I think I know more about the comics, but you probably know more about the movies.
Okay. So, what was it? I think it was last week on Thursday. Marvel and Star Wars both came out and announced a bunch of TV shows, and movies. But starting with Marvel, we'll go into the Star Wars. They announced Captain Marvel 2, which we all knew was coming, but they've officially announced it, gave it like a release date. So
November 11th, 2020. Or 2022, yeah. Sorry, 2022.
Yeah. And in this one, they also, with the announcement of these movies, they also confirmed some of the cast for the movies. So in Captain Marvel 2, you got Brie Larson, of course, returning. You got Miss Marvel. And then the next, they also, even though the Hawkeye show is already known, I think they officially gave it like a release date, including like cast announcements. Which Kate Bishop, if you don't know, it's basically like Hawkeye's trainee.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure in one adaptation it's his daughter, but not in this one.
They're pretty much just going to be passing the mantle on. Like Hawkeye is going to give like the mantle of it to Kate Bishop. So Jeremy Renner might not be in the MCU too much longer.
Yeah, he might die. Who knows?
I'm hoping he doesn't. I hope he just has a nice little like walk away with this
but
game.
Like the cliche like superhero thing is the mentor dies.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah, Haley Steinfeld is playing Kate Bishop, which I don't know. We can talk about how you feel about that.
I don't even know who that is. I'll be honest with you.
You'll know if you see a picture. And then they announced more for She-Hulk. So obviously, they got the. I don't want to say her
She-Hulk,
name.
actually.
I don't want to say her name because I don't know how to say it, so I'm not going to butcher it.
Let me.
But they also. Here, I'll send the post real quick.
Alrighty, so She-Hulk cast.
I just sent it. So they got Tim Roth as Abomination. Do you remember the 2006 movie with Edward Norton?
Yeah, no, I love that one.
Yeah, so Tim Roth that played Abomination, he's coming back to play Abomination. And
Looks like the actress that's going to play She-Hulk is going to be Tatiana Maslany. How I hope you pronounce that.
Yeah. See, you see why I didn't want to say that
I mean,
because I
Tatiana's
didn't
easy.
know.
The last name, I don't know. I don't know about the last name.
But yeah, and then Mark Ruffalo is obviously coming back, but Tim Roth as Abomination announcing that's really dope. Although I don't know how they're going to explain he's alive when technically the Hulk killed him, because the 2006 movie's canon. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know this, but yeah, it's canon.
No, I know. I
And
know.
then,
I wish they would just
and
give
then they,
Mark Ruffalo his own solo Hulk movie though, because I feel like the Hulk doesn't get enough screen time for
uh,
being one of the bigger players in Marvel and in the MCU. But we'll get to that later.
they also announced Moon Knight, which I know you're excited for,
Yes, yes.
being played by
Moon
Oscar
Knight.
Isaac.
Nah, was that officially announced or was that a rumor?
I'm, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. You can look it up as I'm going
I'm
down,
looking
but
it up because I really like.
okay.
I love Oscar Isaac, but I'm really hoping that's not the case
And
because.
another cool thing they
Oh, your
announced is
mic's messing
Secret
up.
Invasion. Hello?
Your mic's like it's all like staticky and stuff.
Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna switch headsets real quick.
Oh, you're using your headset. I thought you were using
Yeah, that broke a long time ago.
your Blue Yeti broke. Okay, well, I'll keep going down the list of stuff while he's fixing his mic. But we got good old where's that?
Alright, I'm back.
But yeah, Moon Knight. I'm excited for Moon Knight. I like
Okay.
Oscar Isaac. My thing with him is though I think he might be a bit too old for the role. Just because like I mean he does have gray hair and Mark Spector's kind of a younger guy. He's not like too young, but he's not bad. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he'd be up for all the physicality and stuff like that. He could be. He could be in really, really good shape. I don't know. But Oscar Isaac's 41 years old, and I was looking for someone around at least like early 30s, someone else. But who knows? Honestly, I would hope that Marvel would pull a Star Wars and just hire a like actor that isn't really well known, like kind of how they did with like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley. Is like they weren't really well known, but they picked them up for Star Wars, and they ended up being big stars. I'm kind of hoping that
DC also
Marvel.
does.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that Marvel does that for Moon Knight and just picks an unknown actor and then like that has good talent and then makes them into something. Because I've been thinking about it a lot, like who could lead Moon Knight, like who could be Mark Spector, and most of the people I'm thinking of, like there's no good fit in my head. So I'm hoping that they make a choice that surprises me and surprises everybody else. Because all the people I've gone
Yeah.
over, I don't know. I don't know who could play him.
Alright. So then the next thing they announced, obviously, keep in mind a lot of these are TV shows that I've said so far, except Captain Marvel, of course, that's a movie.
Yeah, Captain Marvel's a
But
movie, but She-Hulk's going to be a TV show, and Moon Knight's going to be a TV show, all on Disney Plus.
and another TV show they announced, Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. I'm gonna have to pull up the Secret Invasion one because I believe I
So,
know what Secret Invasion is gonna be about, but I don't know how they're gonna adapt it
okay,
with like
so
the current MCU
yeah, okay.
climate.
If you don't know, it's a storyline. Technically, I'm pretty sure it's called Secret Wars in the comics. It's really dope. It's really cool. It's a really good storyline. Um, but yeah, I don't know if they're gonna adapt it. Obviously, they did the Civil War, but it was not exact. If you don't know, in the comics, in the Civil War, Captain
Yeah,
America actually gets assassinated. But
I was
yeah, so
extremely
I don't.
disappointed in Civil War. Like I know they did what they could with the current like MCU
Yeah,
characters and stuff like that, but I kind of wish they would have done that later on.
yeah. But Secret Invasion, it is a storyline in the comics called Secret War, but whatever. Or I think it's also called Secret Invasion. But yeah, it has Samuel L. Jackson, and then it has the guy that's playing Talos, Ben something. I don't
Mendelsohn,
know a bunch of that.
Ben
Yeah.
Mendelsohn, I think.
But yeah, they have them both coming back to be in this, and
Yeah, that's gonna
probably
be
more.
talking about more of, like the scrolls and like more of the intergalactic
Yeah,
stuff that we saw in the Captain Marvel. So it can be interesting. I do like the idea of Marvel exploring more of the scroll stuff because that is kind of important, especially in the comics and later and stuff.
yeah,
So that'll be fun. That'd be cool. I wonder what characters they're actually going to pull out because when it comes to any of like the galaxy space stuff in Marvel, there's a lot of stuff they can pull from and there's a lot of weird wacky characters they can start using. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Secret Invasion. Yeah, that I'm keeping my eye on that one. I'm definitely more excited for that one than some of the other ones, just because more Samuel
yeah,
L. Jackson and more Nick Fury. I mean, come on, like it's gonna be good.
yeah. The next one they announced is Ironheart, which is basically a glorified Iron Man show. Like, let's be real. It's basically like this inventor. His name's Riri Williams, played by Dominic Thorne. basically he creates a better suit than Iron Man. It's essentially Iron Man, but better in a way. Not like
Also, by the
obviously.
way, that's Dominique Thorne. It's a female actress. They're doing what they did in the comics, where at some point in the comics, I don't know like the exact reference for it, but Iron Man steps down and leaves his suit of armor to a young African American female like engineer, and she becomes the new Iron Man. And that's basically what they're going to be doing, is they're going to be passing over the mantle of Iron Man to Dominique.
Yeah.
So that should be cool.
Another thing they also do in the comics is another iteration is like he dies or something, and then Pepper Potts becomes rescued.
Yeah. My one big issue with this, I think, is going to be is like in the comics, everyone loves Miles Morales, right? And that's because in the comics, they didn't just introduce him like, boom, this is a new Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. What they did was they built him up. They introduced him as a side character first and got people attached like that. And slowly over time, they gave him more like, more moments, more like page time, I guess is how you'd say. And they built him up as a character, and then they made him Spider-Man. What they did with, I forgot the character's name, but what they did with like the Iron Man female chick, they just kind of introduced her, and then she was the new Iron Man within like a couple issues. Like they didn't build her up, and a lot of people did not like that. So I'm hoping that in Ironheart they have like Robert Downey Jr. do some kind of stuff in the show to kind of like show like their relationship, not just like there you go, here's my armor, or oh crap, this person's like so smart, way smarter than Tony Stark. Because if they do that, if they make her just better than Tony Stark from like an engineering standpoint and stuff like that right away, it's not going to go over too well, because like
the description literally says she's a genius inventor.
Yeah, but like the thing is like
it seems like that's what they're going.
I forgot the name of the narrative tactic, but there's a narrative tactic where you basically show like the character that everyone knows, that like the badass, kind of like the frame of reference I'm going to use is in Halo 5 whenever you see Locke beat the shit out of Master Chief. What they do is they make a new character beat up an old character that we know is powerful to show how good the new character is, right? Like Locke was new and he beat up Master Chief. We know Master Chief's a badass, so like, Locke is cool. Like we know Locke is a badass now. But that narrative tactic doesn't work when it's completely unbelievable. Like, and once again, going back to Halo 5, there's no way I would believe that Locke could beat Master Chief up. Like, that shit is not going to happen, all right? So it comes off as just very bad. And I'm hoping that's not what they do, because if they do just show, like, oh, this person's so much smarter than Tony Stark, look at all this shit she builds, so much better than Tony Stark's stuff, it's not going to go well.
It's obviously going to get a lot of dumb hate.
Yeah, that is true. It's going to get a lot of dumb hate, but I'm going to withhold judgment, because most of the time the MCU writers handle things extremely well. Like, they know how to introduce stuff in a good way, in a great way. So I'm going to withhold judgment. I am skeptical, though, on whether it's going to be good, and I'm really not that excited for it. I'm not excited for it like I am for some of the other shows, like Moon Knight, but I'm also a big Moon Knight fan, so... what's next up? You want to talk about Armor Wars?
Yeah, Armor Wars.
I'm excited for Armor Wars.
Yeah, I really like Don Cheadle. But yeah, he's coming back. It's James Road. It's another adaptation of a comic storyline. Basically, Tony's tech falls in the wrong hands. Don Cheadle has to step up since, Tony's dead. R.I.P. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Basically, it's going to be just a new show focused around War Machine trying to like
reclaim I really like Don Cheadle.
So that's all we really know about it. Like, we don't know like any like actual narrative stuff about how the show's going to play out, but the premise sounds good. And War Machine is a decent character. Don Cheadle is a great actor, so that one I'm keeping my eyes out on, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah. And then this one, I'm pretty sure it's just like a short film. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. James Gunn is returning to also write and direct this one, along with the third one. And the reason why this is being made is because James Gunn, as a child, liked the horrendous Star Wars Holiday Special.
It was bad. I was like, it can't be worse than that. So, like, the bar is set so low, there's no way they can trip over it.
No, he liked it, and he convinced Marvel to let him write and direct his own. And if you're wondering how this fits in the storyline, I looked it up, and it says it takes place between 2 and 3. So,
which is fair. I mean, it's just...
imagine it. it's gonna
like
be
no
a
one
short.
should go. No one should. I mean, it's probably gonna be a short movie, like probably like maybe
Yeah.
45 minutes. But like
50
no one
minutes,
should
yeah.
go into this expecting it to be like fantastic.
Oh,
My
yeah.
like
It's just gonna be
it
like
probably is
bad
gonna
on
be.
purpose.
Yeah, it's gonna be like bad on purpose. Like it's gonna be good
Like Hubie
because James
Halloween.
Gunn is writing it and directing it, so it's gonna be good. But no one should go in thinking it's gonna be like a serious thing. Everyone should just go watch
Yeah.
it and just try to have fun with it, which I think is gonna happen because
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of excited because that just so like as soon as that was announced, I was like, that's so off the wall and kind of dumb that I got excited for
Yeah.
it. Like I was like, okay, I can mess with this. I'm not a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan either. I don't really like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but you know, I'm keeping my eye out on that. That might be fun.
Can you continue with the Thor and my dad's calling me. He normally
Yeah, I
doesn't
got
call
you.
and
I
this is
got
what
you.
this is.
Say next, Thor: Love and Thunder, which is actually going to be a movie. Let me pull up the information about it real quick. Gotta do bloop, 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 research. So, Thor: Love and Thunder, it's going to be the next Thor movie. It's supposed to release on May 6th, 2022, and it's just going to be the next episode of Thor, which apparently in that, Jane Foster is going to take over the mantle as Thor, so we're going to have Natalie Portman play the new Thor. My thoughts on that are kind of I'm not really all too excited for it, but I believe Wakiti, or I'm not sure how you say his name, I believe he is actually coming back to direct it, so I have faith that it will actually be a good movie. But my big problem with like the last Thor and probably this one is I think it's funny and they're trying to make it like be a more humorous thing, and I am not a big fan of that just because like Thor's supposed to be a badass, he's supposed to be a serious character, and I'm not saying you can't have those moments of levity and those moments of like comedy and stuff like that, but Thor Dark World, or no, it wasn't Dark World, was it? Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was just too much on the comedy side for me. Like I couldn't take it seriously, and I couldn't take Thor seriously, and I didn't like that. I know some people love that about those movies, and I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying I wish they would balance it more. You know what I mean? Like it's the difference between Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 3. Like Saints Row 2 has a good balance of comedy and seriousness, and it makes it a great game. Saints Row 3 dipped way too into comedy, and it wasn't that great of a game for it. So I'm hoping that they, excuse me, I'm hoping that they go a bit more on the serious side.
Alright, sorry, I'm back.
But yeah, so we're gonna have Natalie Portman play Thor. Jane Foster's gonna be the new Thor, and then I think Christian Bale just got revealed to be one of the enemies, right?
Well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so they finally confirmed who Christian Bale is playing. He was announced for the cast when the movie was originally announced, but they didn't say who he's playing. They just now announced he's playing Gore the God Butcher.
That's dope.
Yeah, so they finally announced who he is playing. It was like a big mystery. A lot of people, what were they thinking? I can't remember who they were thinking.
I heard a rumor forever ago that Christian Bale was gonna play Mephisto, but apparently
That's who it
false
was.
now.
Okay, yeah, that's who it was. I was trying to remember who they were, because there was like everyone was just rumoring who he was going to play. They were like, "Who's he going to play?" They finally confirmed exactly who he's playing.
Yeah. And then next, I want to touch on this real quick, since we've been kind of skipping over it. Actually, let's just continue with the theme of the TV show. Let's finish up the TV shows before we move on to the movies.
Did we skip? Oh, we skipped
jumped
the Groot
over.
one.
We jumped over a lot of them because I'm looking at the list and we were kind of all over the map. Because I was going to try to go
no,
in chronological order, but
Oh no, I was going. No, I'm going over the ones they announced.
Like most
Thursday,
recently.
like
Yeah.
the new ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else do we got then?
So the new one they announced was Baby Groot. I Am Groot TV show. It's not an actual TV show. It's basically just mini shorts that are probably like 15 minutes long. It's not an
Like a
actual
skit show.
TV show. Yeah, it's just like probably for kids. Probably gonna be animated. Who knows?
I don't
Yeah,
think it'll be
it's
anime.
just
I think it'll just be like little, like short comedy skits. Something they could probably make that's gonna be funny. It's gonna be a lot of people are gonna like it because people love Baby Groot. And it's probably just something they made cheap, and they're like,
But
"This
do
is cheap."
not
A
go
lot of
in
people love
thinking
it.
it's gonna be an actual TV show.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna be like a skit show, like a normal comedy show. So
Yeah.
that should be exciting. What else have we not talked about?
This is all right. The next two we are about to talk about. I am so excited for that they announced. A lot of people don't like these movies.
Hit me with it.
All right, a lot of people don't really care for these movies. People don't hate them, but they don't care for them. But I love the Ant-Man movies. I love them.
The animated movies.
Ant-Man.
Oh, Ant-Man. I think said animated, and I was like, we're talking animated movies. We're talking DC.
No, the Ant-Man.
No,
So they
Ant-Man and the Quantumania.
Yeah, they confirmed the third one, and this one, obviously, they got the four. They got Paul Rudd, Effa Gillian Lilly, Michael Douglas, and Michelle Pfeiffer. So basically,
Oh, you did not just pronounce that wrong. Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman,
They
Riley.
got all of them. Sorry, they got all of them coming back, but they, for some reason, out of nowhere, they replaced the girl that played teenager Cassie Lane.
Probably because this takes place in the like a couple years in the future. So
Well,
at this point,
no, it's like a completely different girl.
no, I know.
This,
What I'm saying is like they probably just got a new actor to play like an older version because like the current actor that played her in the in-game movie probably isn't going to be that old because this isn't supposed to come out for a couple of years, right? Like it's going to be a hot minute.
Yeah, it's going to be. They didn't say exactly when. I'm assuming 2022, but no, this takes place not too long after Endgame. So basically they replaced the actress out of nowhere, which I need to look up her name.
Say on the Phase 4, Marvel Phase 4 post you sent me, it says it's coming out in 2023.
Okay, so yeah, I mean they replaced the actress out of nowhere. She's she's being played by Catherine Newton.
All right. Now, what I'm excited for is Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. Yeah, Kang.
Yeah. If you guys don't know Marvel, that's also a big villain like Thanos level. Well, he's also I guess comparable to Brainiac in a way.
So another thing that is really important about Kang the Conqueror is he goes up against the Fantastic Four quite a bit. So I think if anything, that's going to kind of I think Quantumania and the Fantastic Four movie, that's going to be kind of like the connection because all the MCU movies, of course, connect into each other, and I think that Quantumania is going to lead into Fantastic Four, which got announced. John Watts is going to be the director, and that's pretty much about it that we know. And then apparently the leaked release date for that movie is going to be 2023. Now.
But they also announced one more TV show.
So hold on, let's talk about Fantastic Four real quick. But my one hope for this movie, well, the one thing I know is they cannot fuck it up as bad as Fan Four Sticks. They just you cannot fuck it up worse than that. So, and I have faith in the MCU writers, and I'm hoping that
John Watts.
John Watts is a good director. I like him. But I'm hoping that they do it well. I did like the campy ass early 2000s Fantastic Four movies with I like those. They weren't great, but they were funny. Kind of like the Raimi movies, where looking back on them, they're not as prolific as you once thought they were, but they're still good movies. They're a good time. So I'm hoping the only thing I'm hoping for is that they do good casting. I want John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Everyone wants him.
I think everyone wants it. And my dream pick for Doctor Doom would be Keanu. I'm just saying, Keanu Reeves as Doctor Doom would be great.
No, I think that because Doom is actually supposed to be in Black Panther 2.
Or you mean 3? Or no 2? No, 2. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's apparently in Black Panther 2, they're supposed to have Namor and Doom.
And those are just rumors. We don't know for sure. Those are just rumors.
Yeah.
I just want to preface that, but who knows? I'm excited for both. Especially Namor.
Yes.
Namor's kind of underrated. Namor kind of a badass. I think all the sea heroes get underestimated. Aquaman kind of a badass now. Namor always been a badass, but no one treats him seriously. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, Doom's supposed to be the main villain.
Yeah. And
Black
Namor's
Panther
probably just gonna be a side character. Probably gonna lean into his own movie or show or something like that. Yeah.
Which they did they did hint at it in Endgame.
Okay,
the earthquakes.
Yeah. No, I remember. What's the last show we need to talk about?
Next TV show, nothing big. It's kind of like the What If Legends. It's a new series that revisits some of the iconic moments in the MCU. So, I guess I don't even know. I guess Iron Man saying "I am Iron Man," stuff like that. They're just basically revisiting several moments. They haven't really said too much about it. I think it's just I don't even know. That's all it says. Is just it's a new series that revisits some of the iconic moments.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like a what if series. That's really it. There's gonna be like, what if so and so was this, so and so was that, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. So
And then,
it'll be fun.
yeah.
Um,
And then Star
and it's
Wars.
animated, so that's cool. But well, before we move on, I want to talk about all the Phase 4 stuff, not just the stuff that was most recently announced, but I want to cover Phase 4 in its entirety while we're at it. So quickly to run down the movies, which we can talk about the ones you want to individually if you want. But the movies we're going to have in Phase 4 is going to be Black Widow, which is supposed to come out May 7th, 2021, if it actually does come out.
I don't know if it's coming out anymore, bro.
Me neither. It's been a hot minute. At this point, if I was Scarlett Johansson, I'd be
They
pissed.
should have just put it on. I don't know why they didn't do it on Disney Plus. Like they did it
Because
with
they want
Mulan.
they want to make that big at box office money is what they want.
I don't give a fuck.
But I mean, no one does, but they do. It's business. Then we got a Shang-Chi, which is supposed to be July 9th, 2021.
I'm really
Shang-Chi
excited for that.
in the Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah, Legend of the Ten Rings, which is going to have the Mandarin in it, which, not the shitty-ass Mandarin from Iron Man 3, but supposedly the actual Mandarin from the comics, which I'm excited about. And it sucks that we never got to see the Mandarin as an actual Iron Man villain, but,
Yeah,
you know.
well, we didn't. There was like a short film. It came out after 3. Nobody
No,
really
I know
saw
what you're talking
it.
about. I saw it.
It's called Rise of the King or something like that. And basically, it's just like a 10-minute little short thing where the real Mandarin visits the guy, the Trevor Starkey guy or whatever, in prison, and it was like, "You're disrespecting my name" or whatever, and then like I think he kills him.
Yeah, basically they were trying to retcon their mistake because everyone got upset about it. Then we have the Eternals, which is supposed to be November 5th, 21. Spider-Man 3, December 17th, 2021, which we're going to talk about Spider-Man 3 here in a second. We're going to talk about Spider-Man 3. Then next up, we have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is March 25th, 2022. Thor: Love and Thunder, May 6th, 2022. Black Panther 2, July 8th, 2022. Captain Marvel 2, November 11th, 2022. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2023. Blade, which I'm excited for, which is going to be 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is 2023. And then Fantastic Four, 2023. So which one do you want to talk about first? Shang-Chi or Spider-Man?
Alright, I think we should talk about Shang-Chi because there's obviously a lot about Spider-Man and a lot of people know it because it's all over social media. So I think we should talk about Shang-Chi because I think when it does come out, it's going to be very underrated. No one's really going to talk about it, and I think it deserves spotlight.
It does. So basically, if you don't know, Shang-Chi is just like a martial arts master. Like, he knows every form of martial arts. He's just like, Billy Badass, right? Knows all the martial arts, goes around kung fu kicking people. And the lead has actually been cast as Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. So I haven't really seen any of his other work, but hopefully he'll fit the part and he'll do well. So I'm not going to vouch for him, or I'm not going to say he's bad, but like I haven't seen him in anything, so I'm interested to see what his acting skills are capable of. And I think the most exciting thing about this movie is going to be seeing the Mandarin. Like, I'll be honest with you, like seeing the Mandarin in action, like the actual Mandarin, that is probably going to be the best part of that movie, and I'm excited for it. But I really don't have anything else to say about that one.
No, I'm excited. I have good faith in the guy. I mean, I haven't seen too much, but I think he's got it.
Let's say so. Spider-Man 3. We have a lot to talk about here. So it is rumored. I'm gonna preface that it is rumored that Spider-Man 3 is going to be a multiverse movie, meaning it's going to have elements from the Raimi and Amazing Spider-Man movies. From the rumors, it's already been said that Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Ock from Spider-Man 2, is going to be in it. That Kirsten Dunst has already signed a contract. What's her name? What's her name?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone has already signed a contract, and Andrew Garfield has already signed a contract. Also, Jamie Foxx apparently has also signed a contract, and it is rumored that they're still negotiating with Tobey Maguire. Yeah. So, we don't know if any of this is true, but if it is... There's also a rumor
Charlie Cox. I don't know if you saw that.
Isn't he supposed to be playing Daredevil in the MCU movies?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's rumored that he's reprising his role as Daredevil in the Spider-Man movie. But I also saw one, I think it was a joke based off the rumor of Charlie Cox, Ben Affleck would reprise his role as Daredevil.
No, that is not going to happen.
There's also rumors about Willem Dafoe and I can't remember the guy's name that played Sandman.
Oh, what is his name?
I
I'll look it up real
forgot
quick.
it.
I'll look it up real quick.
But yeah, it's rumored that all these characters are coming back. The ones that are confirmed, like you said, is Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Kirsten Dunst, and
Thomas
obviously
Hayden
Jamie
Church,
Foxx.
Sandman. But yeah. So the rumors that's gonna be like a Spider-Verse movie, and they're gonna have all these elements from the Raimi movies and the Amazing movies, and they're gonna meet with the current MCU version with what's his
Doctor
name?
Strange.
And Doctor Strange is gonna connect it. See, I heard
Tom
that
Holland.
Tom Holland. I heard that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was supposed to tie into it, but that movie comes out after Spider-Man 3, so I don't know how
I
this is
think
all going to be. Or maybe that's going to introduce... Yeah, it's going to be flipped. Like, the Spider-Man multiverse is going to, like, introduce the idea of the multiverse being a thing, and then they're going to expand on it in the new Doctor Strange movie. Like, Spider-Man 3 is going to be like, hey, there's a multiverse, you have multiple different versions of the heroes, and then Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is going to expand on that in a much larger way. Because everybody knows what the Spider-Verse is, but a lot of people, like, especially, like, you know, people that only watch, like, the mainstream movies and stuff like that don't know how deep the multiverse of Marvel really runs, and I think Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is gonna expand on all that for the more casual audience. Kind of like in a similar way of how Guardians of the Galaxy introduced all the space stuff from Marvel to the mainstream audiences. I think Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to do that for the multiverse.
Also, apparently, I don't know how true this is, but apparently that Doctor Strange is going to be the new mentor for Peter.
I'm okay with that.
That again, I don't know how
okay
true that is, but apparently that's what I heard.
For a minute, let's just geek over having Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland all be Spider-Man in one movie, if this is true.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tobey Maguire, I know a lot of people did not like him as Spider-Man. He is the motherfucking GOAT, all right? He is the GOAT. He is the OG Spider-Man, all right? Tobey Maguire walked so Tom Holland could run, all right?
Yeah.
And seeing him in the freaking Raimi suit again, like everyone in the theater, like as soon as Tobey Maguire shows up on screen, is gonna fucking flip. Like I already know. Yeah. Like I'm expecting not to hear anything for the next 10 minutes after he shows up on screen, because everyone is gonna be yelling and fucking hollering, and it's gonna be awesome. So I cannot wait. If this is true, I cannot wait. I want to see my man Tobey.
I think that's the problem, is a lot of people are getting their hopes up because none of this is actually confirmed by the studios.
This is true. This is all a rumor. This is all rumors. So take it with a grain of salt and don't get too hype. But to be honest, I get hype about everything, and I'm almost always let down, so I'm used to the pain of being let down. So I fuck it, get hype.
People are like feeding into these rumors, and then it's like, you know, you got to watch a movie and say none of these characters even make a glimpse. It's like, well, shit.
But, like, I think the thing is, man, what's the fucking comic book line? There's a comic book line, Spider-Man makes a deal with Mephisto. Like, it's a follow-up from Civil War, where Spider-Man, in the Civil War comic, Spider-Man reveals himself as Peter Parker, right? And it's a follow-up to that where, you know, his family's getting attacked, he can't feel safe, and everyone knows who he is, and just his life is terrible now that everyone knows he is Spider-Man. So he makes a deal with Mephisto to revert that change. And I think, if anything, they're going to be doing a kind of tie-in with that comic, like kind of a similar type story, where, you know, everyone knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man due to the end of Spider-Man Homecoming. And I think that he's going to make a deal. Maybe he's going to make Far From Home? Far From Home, sorry. But he's going to make a deal with Mephisto, or a deal with somebody, and, you know, he's going to be, you know, hidden again. People aren't going to know he's Spider-Man. But in some way, that deal with whomever is going to fuck him pretty bad. His life is going to be terrible. So he's going to, like, maybe somehow discover the multiverse, and all the Spider-Mans are going to come together to beat up Mephisto or whoever the big baddie is. So you're going to have, you know, the Andrew Garfield, the Tobey Maguire, and the Tom Holland Spider-Man kicking the main bad guy's ass. That is what I think it is. I'm going to look up the name of that comic line real quick, just so I know.
Alright. But yeah, a lot of these are rumors, so please do not believe in them, and then go see the movie, and then if they don't make the appearance, don't hate on
One More
Marvel.
Day. Spider-Man One More Day is what it's called. But, Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. None of this could be true, but I'm sure by the time the movie does come out, we'll have seen multiple trailers that will confirm or bust
I
any of
don't.
these rumors.
Yeah, I mean they. What did they? There was something they came out and would said these rumors. They didn't say they weren't true, but they were like, what was the? There's a specific word they said that was kind of like not saying it wasn't true, but also didn't say it was true.
Plausible deniability. They're trying not to
Yeah.
confirm or deny it. Yeah, but Spider-Man 3. A lot of rumors going on. It could be really hyped. We could be wrong completely. Like the rumors could be completely wrong. We'll just have to wait and see. That's really all we can say. Another thing I want to talk about is Blade, because I love Blade. I grew up with the what's his name?
Uh,
Wesley
uh,
Snipes. The Wesley
yeah.
Snipes movies. I grew up with them. Some motherfuckers always try to ice skate uphill. I grew up with those movies. I love Blade. Blade has always been one of my favorite comic characters,
Oh,
and
sorry.
I'm very
I don't.
excited. What's up?
I was, I was trying to figure out that word. I was trying to find that word that they said, and apparently, yeah, you were right. That they might do the One More Day storyline.
Yeah, the One More Day. Yeah, that's what I hope they do. To be honest with you, because they could introduce Mephisto into the Marvel universe, and that opens up a whole fucking can of shit they can do. So I'm excited for that. But I'm trying to look up the fucking the name. I'm trying to find the original Blade post for on the Marvel Instagram page so I can
Oh
talk
yeah, I
about
forgot the
the
guy.
actor. I know who he is. I know I'm gonna mess up his name if I try to pronounce it off the top of my head, so I'm trying to look for it. But it does open up the actor they chose, which I'm gonna find here in a minute if I can scroll fast enough. Opens up a big problem because
It's
that
the guy that
actor.
played in True Detective.
No, he played in something else pretty important.
Masharla Ali.
Yeah, him. So he played in Luke Cage, right? He was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. And this opens up a big question. If he's playing Blade when he also played Cottonmouth in the Netflix series, are the Netflix series canon anymore? You know what I mean? Because what they could be doing, because Charlie Cox is rumored to be Daredevil in the new Spider-Man movie, so that could be a reset. That could be a brand new character with the same actor since he did such an amazing job. But I kind of don't want the Netflix series to not be canon anymore. And this opens up a big question, because if he's playing, is he Cottonmouth and is he Blade or what? Like, are they going to decanonize the Netflix series? And that's the biggest question to me, because I don't know about you, but I was a big fan of Daredevil, I was a big fan of Luke Cage, and I was a big fan of The Punisher, for sure. And I don't want that stuff to be decanon, because I think the actors they picked for those shows are fucking fantastic. Like, they fit so well. The only thing I guess I can hope for is if they do decanonize the Netflix shows, whenever they do make those characters make their appearance in the MCU properly, that they use the same actors. Because John Bernthal was the best Punisher we've ever gotten, and the actor that played Luke Cage is probably the best Luke Cage we're ever going to get. So I'm really
Well,
hoping that if the Netflix series aren't canon, they get those same actors back, because you're not topping John Bernthal as Punisher, and you're not topping the Luke Cage actor. Like, that's just not going to happen. And it really sucks because those shows were so good, except for Iron Fist, and the
I
Defenders
liked
wasn't too
Iron
great.
Fist.
No, Iron Fist is hot trash, man.
Oh,
But
sorry.
yeah, so that's the big question. We don't really know at this point. We'll have to wait and see. But just if
Well,
you
look
do
at
go
the
back
movie
and
that
watch,
comes out before it.
if you do watch the Netflix series, just remember that they might not be canon anymore, and that things are gonna be changed. What movie comes out before Blade?
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. So, I mean, the Netflix series could be in their own little isolated, small, tiny-ass universe. But who knows? I just hope that they do hire back the original actors from the Netflix series for their proper debut.
I think the Jessica Jones actor, she
She did a
fit
good job for
the.
Jessica Jones. Yeah. So, yeah, that's... do you have any more thoughts on Phase 4 of Marvel? Is there anything else you want to cover?
Um,
We have been talking about it for like 35 minutes.
yeah. I guess final thoughts. So you know how you were saying you wanted them to get like an actor that isn't well known. Well, the girl
Yes.
that is playing Miss Marvel, which hold on, I have it pulled up.
I saw the little videos they did for that.
Yeah, her name's Amon Villani, and her only two acting credits are for when she's playing Camilla Khan in the Miss Marvel TV show and Captain Marvel too. That's the first time she'll be acting.
Oh shit! Before we move on, we need to talk about Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I mean we did get more trailers and stuff like that, but we also haven't touched on them at all.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm actually excited for the Miss Marvel movie. I'm hoping they don't make Miss Marvel fucking unbearably annoying like they did in the Avengers game, because oh my fucking god, she was the worst character in that game and made me not want to finish it or play it. But I'm hoping that, like, I like the coming of age story where she's learning how to use her powers and learning how to be a hero and just trying to, like, rise up to the challenge and embrace her new abilities and stuff like that. I do like that story, but there's a way you can do it without absolutely annoying the living shit out of your audience. And I'm hoping that's what they do, because to be honest, I trust the MCU writers a lot more than the writers at freaking Crystal Dynamics or whoever developed the Avengers game. But I'm hoping that it's good, because it does have the ability to be a good show. Because I don't hate the character of Miss Marvel. I just feel like most of the time outside the comics, her character hasn't really been done justice in the way that it could be done. But then Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier, we got trailers for those. The Loki show is going to be introduce the what's it called, the Bureau of Time or some shit like that. Yeah. It's going to be introduced like the body within Marvel that regulates time travel and stuff like that. And Owen Wilson's going to be in it, which caught me off guard.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, have you not seen the trailer for it? In the trailer, he's going down an elevator, and Owen Wilson plays like a Bureau of Time agent. I'm going to look up the proper name for that, because I don't think that's what it's called.
Is he like a big character?
No, he's a side character.
Owen fucking
But
Wilson.
he was in the elevator talking to Loki, and he has like a mustache on. It's the Time Variance Authority.
No,
is what it's called.
No, I just looked it up. He's in 6 episodes.
That's not too bad. I'm fine with that.
So is Loki.
Yeah.
I guess. No,
I mean, he
he's
could be
like
a side character.
But still.
Wait, whoa, what? Owen Wilson's character is Mobius, Mobius. He's just a member of the Time Variance Authority, the TVA. And the TVA is basically just a police organization that monitors the timeline in the multiverse. They're kind of like the timeline police. And Owen Wilson's, I'm sorry, I can't get over that. It's funny. Because I was watching it, and like, he has a mustache. And I heard him talking, and I was like, is that Owen Wilson? He goes, oh, hi, Loki, how you doing?
God damn it, why is Owen Wilson in it?
Because Owen Wilson's a good actor. Shut your whore mouth, all right? Don't shit talk Owen Wilson.
I just can't take him seriously after all the fucking movies he's been in. I can't take him serious. Because, like, they're going to make him a serious character, probably.
No, they're not. They're going to make him a funny comic relief side character. If they make him a serious character, I'm going to lose my shit.
But if he tries to be serious, I'm not going to take him serious.
No one will. That's why I think he's going to be a comedy character. Wow, Loki. It looks like you're in some trouble. Wow.
Damn it, why is...
Man, that should be good. But yeah, he's going to be messing around with the timeline, going through the timeline and maybe the multiverse, and probably messing shit up like Loki does. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier picks up after Endgame, where, Falcon is he's still laughing about Owen Wilson. You can't get over that, huh?
Fuck is Owen Wilson in this?
Because he's a good... Listen, he's an okay actor.
No, I'm not saying I hate Owen Wilson. I just, like, I know...
You just think why? Just a big question mark of just why Owen Wilson?
I know there's going to be a point where they're going to try to make him serious, and I'm not going to take him serious.
There won't be. If there is, I hope he does a good job, but I cannot believe in my heart of hearts that they are going to make him a serious character. Like, I just can't. But who knows? I think he'll do a good job. But Loki's looking up to be a good show. He is going to be jumping through the timeline and maybe the multiverse, so that could introduce some new elements into the MCU, especially with the time travel stuff and the PVA, because we might see the police variants or the Time Variance Agency pop up in some of the movies. Like, maybe they'll pop up in Multiverse of Madness, or maybe they'll pop up in Spider-Man 3 if they do a Multiverse Spider-Verse type timeline. So that could introduce some new elements into the MCU. So even if you're not a big Loki fan, you should probably watch it anyways, just to know what's going on. Like, I'm not too big of a Loki fan. I'll probably watch it though, just to see what happens, and gives me something to watch. But just look out for Loki. It's supposed to come out May 2021, so we'll be seeing that kind of soon. But before that, we're getting the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is going to be about Falcon becoming the new Captain America, basically, trying to rise up to the shoes of Cap and give people like that kind of icon to like that hopeful person to look up to, kind of like how Captain America was. And it's just going to be about their relationship and them going on missions for S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that. So, and Baron Zemo is supposed to be the bad guy, right?
Yeah. I was
Okay,
about to say
so
that.
and Baron Zemo is a lot bigger of a deal in the comics, so I'm hoping that they make him into more of a threat, because in Civil War he
Definitely
was a
got his.
threat, but he was kind of just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
but he's also got his comic book accurate suit.
This is true. I can't wait to see that comic suit. But yeah, so that'll be pretty interesting to see. Falcon and Winter Soldier. For WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki, there are trailers you can go watch about that, so there's not really too much we can say that isn't in those trailers. But yeah, just those shows are going to be coming out soon. WandaVision is coming out in January. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is in March, and Loki is in May. So we're going to be seeing that stuff pretty soon. So especially look out for WandaVision, because that does seem like it has some multiverse type shit in it from the trailers. So yeah, so I think that's it for Marvel Phase 4. I think we've touched on everything we can.
Yeah.
Now next we're stepping into your wheelhouse. Because you know a lot more about Star Wars than I do. Like,
Oh,
I guess talking like background wise, I've seen the prequels and the original trilogy. I've seen some of the animated shows and stuff, but moreover, the most Star Wars context I have is just playing the Old Republic era games, like especially Knights of the Old Republic and SWTOR, the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO, which you need to play. I keep trying to tell you that it's a really fun game and story-driven, and it gives you a lot of context and lore for the Old Republic, and we can play it together, but, you're busy and shit. But, yeah, that's most of my time frame is going to be the older type, like, non-movie era stuff that I know more about. But you are a Star Wars fucking fanatic and
Yes.
a Star Wars nerd, so I'm expecting you to lead the charge on this. The only thing I'm going to really, I think, be able to touch on, really, is the Obi-Wan show. And that's just because I like Obi-Wan so much. But, yeah, I'm going to let you take it away. You can talk about this in whatever order you want, but the reins are yours here.
Alright, so this isn't like, obviously this isn't like technically Star Wars related, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, to start it off. They confirmed, along with all these Star Wars announcements, they've officially announced Indiana Jones.
This is true. I'm looking at the reveal right now. Have they announced the lead by any chance?
Harrison Ford is coming back. I'm not
For the
kidding.
entire for the
Yes.
entire series? You know how old he is? He ain't even be able to do action.
No, I'm not kidding. All right, so if you don't know Indiana Jones, I don't know how much you know about this, but this movie was like talked about like back when they were making Force Awakens. This movie has been talked about for a while, and they officially, finally announced it, and Harrison Ford is coming back. They finally were like, it's finally confirmed. Before it was just rumored. It was like, it wasn't like, are they gonna do it? They have finally.
I heard they were going to do another movie that is like a reboot of the entire franchise, and it was going to have Bradley Cooper in it. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Well, apparently he's coming back as.
I kind of was excited for that too.
So he is coming back. This could be the reboot where he might train Bradley Cooper. It could be Brad Pitt. Who knows?
I think he's too old.
Who
knows?
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's coming back. They officially finally announced it, and Harrison Ford. I just want to say that because obviously it's not Star Wars. I didn't want to bring it up in the middle. But
No, you're good. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's exciting. I like the Indiana Jones movies.
yeah,
I like the first two.
I'm just gonna start off with, the shows that I'm like, Willow.
Build up. Willow.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Willow about?
Okay, so Willow, I don't know where the fuck this came from. They're making it. It's an Ewok show. It's a show.
Oh.
Ewoks. Yeah.
All right.
Warwick Davis is coming back as. Hold on. I know I can't think of the exact Ewok. I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's fucking.
So it's really
Wicket?
focused around Ewoks.
I'm pretty sure it's Wicket, but I'm pretty sure.
Bro, I don't know any of the names of them. I'm sure people out there that are
Yeah,
listening
it is
big fan of
Wicket.
Star Wars
I was
know,
right. I was right. So it's gonna be focused on Wicket, and he has a kid now. I don't know. At the end of Rise of Skywalker, you saw Warwick. That's the first time he came back since Episode 6. But yeah, he's coming back as Wicket. It's probably gonna be about him and his family and his. I think they're called tribes. But yeah, so it's an Ewok show. Personally, I'm gonna say this. I think it's a bad idea. I don't know if you know this, Noah, but back in I think it was the 80s, they made 2 Ewok movies, and they are
I do
fucking
know
terrible.
about them. I think this show is going to be made for the same audience that likes Baby Groot. That just like the ones that like, oh, they're cute. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the hardcore Star Wars fans probably aren't going to watch this, but I think a lot of mainstream audience members probably will. You will. You're a Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
If you say you won't, you're going to watch it. All right.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna watch it. Obviously, I'm gonna watch it. Visions. I'm just gonna skip over Willow. There's not much more.
There's not. Yeah, it's just Ewok show. You like Ewoks?
Yeah,
there you go.
Wicket getting his own show is kind of cool. It's just kind of like I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Visions. I'm actually really excited for this. I don't know if you saw the.
I've read the. I'm reading the description on it right now. So it's Star Wars stories, like an animated short films, the various different animated short films celebrating Star Wars galaxies through the lens of the world's best Japanese anime creators. So it's basically short films in the Star Wars universe made by anime creators. So it's gonna be anime Star Wars, which honestly doesn't sound too bad.
No, we actually there is actually like some of that like that got here. I'll send you a clip which you could watch later, but. Yeah, they actually did something like this, and it was really cool. And if it is similar, I think it's got good potential. It's kind of like the What If show. They're both obviously going to be good. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. Obviously, I'm going to watch it. Obviously, it's not going to be like a mainstream. It might only last 1 season or so. But yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. The next one is Bad Batch.
What is Bad Batch? I see that it's done in the style of the Clone Wars TV show.
It actually, they're in the Clone Wars.
Oh, so it's like a spin-off of that show?
Yeah. So in the last season of Clone Wars, there was 12 episodes, 3 arcs for 4 episodes. In the first 4 episodes, it featured Bad Batch. And Bad Batch is these 4 clone troopers that aren't clone troopers. They are their unique versions. Like one of them is a sniper, one of them's a tech guy, one of them's like the brute, one of them's the sniper. It's just like they're all unique. They're not like the clones. They're like
they have their own personalities, their own people.
Because they don't look like the clones.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's why they're called Bad Batch, because they're unique. And basically, they introduced in the last season of the Clone Wars, and Echo, who was presumed dead in Clone Wars, joins their group after, being modified and tortured by the Separatists. And so, basically, this I saw a meme where it showed Dave Filoni with the Trojan horse, and on the front it said Bad Batch, but like in the side it just said Clone Wars Season 9. So a lot of people are just thinking it's him, making a Season 9 of Clone Wars, which is actually really good. But yeah, I have really high hope for it if it is Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni did an amazing job. He's doing an amazing job with Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's so good.
Rebels and Clone Wars, they were all really good. So if it is Dave Filoni, I have high hopes. Even then, I still have high hopes because Bad Batch. I compare it to like a Borderlands, like the 4 Borderlands characters.
Yeah, you have your sniper, your brute, your generic soldier, and then your
they're cliche, but they're obviously going to be more fleshed out.
There's a reason it works.
If you watch it, the first 4 episodes, you watch them, they're cliche, but obviously this show's going to more flesh them out. I don't know if you saw the trailer. Tarkin is back. They're bringing Tarkin into this, so this is probably going to take place it's going to take place probably toward the middle of season 8 of Clone Wars, basically the final season. and then it's also leading it. So basically, it's gonna take place like at the end.
It's
of
leading into the
Olympus
original trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So yeah, Tarkin's in it. I think it's gonna be really good. But yeah,
I will say I'll probably actually watch this one due to the fact that, like, for me personally, like, I'm not really, deep into Star Wars lore like you are, but like the day-to-day life, like in the stories of like the ground troops of Star Wars, like the clones and stuff like that, people that don't have like powers of a Jedi or like, stuff like that have always really, really interested me. That's why if you ever play if you play SWTOR, the MMO, you can actually play as like one of the classes is a Republic trooper, and it's always really interesting seeing like what it's like on the ground, like these battles that are not decided by like lightsabers and stuff like that, but like actually being in like the thick of the trenches as a clone trooper and shit like that. That's always interested me, so I'm probably gonna actually watch this one quite a bit. I'm sure there's gonna be certain things I won't understand because I haven't watched the Clone Wars, but
I'll tell you.
But I'm sure, like, if I need you to, you'll sit me down for like an hour and a half and be like, "This is what happened." Blah blah blah.
It'll be more than that, but
Okay.
okay. I would say I'm gonna save the Obi-Wan show for last because obviously that's.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that for last.
Yes.
All right. Droid story. They haven't said too much about this. I don't know if
Droid
it's gonna
story.
be. Yeah. It's either I don't know if it's going to be a R2 show or a C3PO show. I'm not really sure what the show's going to be. From what I've seen, they haven't really said too much about it, so I can't really say if I'm hyped about it. I mean, it's kind of like the Willow show. Obviously, I'm going to watch it, but I'm not exactly hyped. I don't really know.
Yeah, you'll have to see. I bet you, if anything, it'd be one of those like sleeper hits that no one is really expecting, but when it comes out, it's actually pretty good. Or it could just be bad. We don't know.
Yeah, so
what's next up?
Lando.
Lando.
They announced a Lando show.
Now, is this going to have the actual original actor, or is this going to have Donald Glover?
Yeah, see, that's what I was about to lead into. I've heard both. I've heard Billy D. Williams is coming back, but I've also heard Donald Glover's reprising it. I'm not really sure which. I've heard both. I kind of hope both. Like, maybe like a past... Maybe like it starts off because like I don't know if you saw Rise of Skywalker, right?
I think no, I did not. I haven't seen any of the new trilogy.
Okay, so in Rise of
because,
Skywalker,
I've heard bad things. Okay, real quick, my hope is that it takes place in the present, and you have Billy D. Williams, but it like the entire show is mostly flashbacks.
Well, that's what I was gonna lead into. So Billy D. Williams, I think he's coming back at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Kind of toward the end, you meet this girl. She's a stormtrooper. Her name's Jahani, and at the end, they didn't directly say it. It got cut from the movie, but she's Lando's daughter. She was taken. Oh. Yeah, they didn't directly say it. They kind of hinted at it, but she's Lando's daughter. So I think it could be Lando telling his daughter's stories, and it's Donald Glover's. I think it could be both.
I mean, either way, I'd be excited because Donald Glover is a great actor, and so is Billy D. Williams. He is Lando. So either way, I'd be excited.
Yeah, I didn't care for
a lot of this. With a lot of this stuff, there's not really a lot of details, so most of this is going to be speculation. Yeah. Just kind of like how it was for Marvel. It's like we don't really have a lot of concrete details. Just mostly like a director's name or maybe a lead actor, and that's about it. So this is mostly just speculation. But yeah, I'll be excited for Lando. Mm-hmm. Lando's always been one of my favorite characters. So
next up, Ahsoka.
Yes.
I don't know if you're going to watch a Mandalorian.
I am about to hit the episode where we meet Ahsoka.
Okay. So,
so I've not seen that episode, but are they using the same actress that's in that show?
No. Well, yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I was gonna say what?
I thought you were talking about. Okay, so the original person that voiced her name's Ashley Eckstein. They did not ask her to come back and play her, which she's very open to cosplaying. She does it at conventions, but instead they got Rosario Dawson to play Ahsoka. Initially,
wait, what?
Yeah, Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka.
Oh, I love Rosario. It's Rosario Dawson. I love her.
Yeah. I was skeptical at first because Ashley Eckstein is very open to playing the role, and she even cosplays as her. I don't really know how she is as an actress, so it probably explains why they got Rosario Dawson. But I was kind of hoping Ashley Eckstein, but when they got Rosario Dawson, I was skeptical. But after seeing the episode, I'm hyped for it. Now, it's hard to tell whether this show is going to be Rebels season 2, essentially, or well, like the second Rebels show.
It says it's set within the timeline of The Mandalorian.
Okay, so it must take place like right after.
So it's spinning off. It's spinning off of The Mandalorian. Basically.
Okay. Oh, but yeah.
Which The Mandalorian takes place like. When does Mandalorian take place?
It's 6 years after Revenge. All right, sorry.
Okay,
Return.
gotcha.
Return.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it takes place 6 years. I guess I can't say what.
So try to stay away from spoilers from The Mandalorian, especially because I haven't seen it, but I'm sure there's also other people that haven't really seen it, which makes the show hard to talk about. But I guess the main premise is it's a TV show about Ahsoka. Everybody loves Ahsoka.
The rumor is main villain's gonna be Thrawn.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the rumor.
I'm okay with that. I like Thrawn.
Yeah, that's
Thrawn
the
is
main
kind
rumor.
of a badass, so.
Yeah, so not really set, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Rosario Dawson's obviously coming back as Ahsoka. Obviously, they wouldn't just hire for one episode of Mandalorian.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
But yeah, so
the next show, I want to talk about. Oh yeah, Rosario Dawson. She's a great actress. Really, I think she'll nail it. She's never been bad in anything I've ever seen her in, so I'm excited for that. But the next show I'm actually interested in is it says it takes place within the timeline of The Mandalorian. It's called Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic. What the fuck's that about?
Okay, so you remember the second episode where Mando came into contact with those two people?
The second episode, like
the very second episode where Mandalorian's or maybe it's the third. No, it's the second.
You're talking about whenever he encounters the other Mandalorians?
No, when he encounters those like X-Wing fighters, like.
Oh yeah, the X-Wing fighters. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's based off of them.
Really?
Like that, like they have like a squadron of people, like essentially Rogue One. It's
okay, gotcha.
So it's soldiers of this. So obviously, after the Empire fell, Leia and all them started like this new this new republic.
Oh, your mic cut out.
My controller died. But yeah, so yeah, it's basically just like a group of soldiers, Rangers, in the New Republic. Basically, what the show is called is what it's about. It's about Rangers in the New Republic. So, kind of like Bad Batch, but like obviously just troopers of this New Republic, and it's gonna explore like how the government and how like everything is after the Empire fell. So I think it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens after Return, because we don't really know anything. So it's gonna explore more of like the New Republic and just everything.
As a big Star Wars fan, I want to ask you this: are you hoping that these TV shows somehow, in a way, decanify the sequel trilogy?
100%.
Okay, I'm also very hopeful for that. I'm hoping that like eventually these TV shows become so popular that anything Kathleen Kennedy did to Star Wars is just taken out.
Well, that's like a whole other discussion, which
that's probably another whole podcast. I'll be honest with you.
Where I'm just ranting. But another similar show to Rangers of the Republic is Rogue Squadron. Except this
is that a spinoff of the video game?
It wasn't.
Didn't they make a Rogue Squadron video game?
Yeah, for the SNES. They didn't directly said.
Then what was the newest? No, what was the new one that came out for like PS5 or not PS5, PS4, or Xbox, and PC?
That was
not Rogue Squadron.
No. That was what's it called?
So I thought that was Rogue Squadron.
No, Elite Squadrons, I think that's called. No, Rogue Squadron was the game for like the SNES or something like that. It's basically just like a group of pilots.
It's just called Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah, Squadron. But yeah, so it's just it's kind of like the Ranger Republic, except this is gonna take place anywhere from like before the original trilogy up until like the end.
Now, is that a TV show or a movie?
These are all TV shows.
Oh, okay. They didn't announce any new movies.
No, new movies. Originally,
Gotcha.
from 2022 all the way to 2026, so 2022, 2024, and 26. Supposed to be a new trilogy by the brothers who made Game of Thrones, but they backed out, so they aren't really sure what they're doing with the movies now. But yeah, these are all TV shows. I'm really excited for Rogue Squadron. I think it's really cool because
I'm not a big fan of the whole fighter pilot fantasy type thing. So I know you are. I know you are.
Yeah.
Remember when we tried to play fucking
2?
the space battles in Battlefront 2?
Dude, I was a god.
Yeah.
They should hire me.
I cannot fly. Like I get sick to my stomach off that shit. I don't know why.
I love it.
I can't do it. And then what else you want to talk about?
Andor.
Andor. Now that takes place with the guy from Rogue One, correct?
Yes, Cassian Andor.
I forgot it. Cassian Andor. Yeah.
That's gonna be K2SO.
Gotcha. It's gonna be like his stories before Rogue One. I'm guessing it's gonna be a prequel to Rogue One, talking about like how he got there and stuff like that. Which I'm fine with that. Anything that takes place within the original trilogy or right before the original trilogy, I'm fine with. I've seen like some behind the scenes videos and stuff on it. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
The only problem, this isn't a transition to the Obi-Wan show. We still got one more show to talk about before Obi-Wan.
No, I know.
Both the Andor and Obi-Wan show, they both got pushed back originally because of troubles with production and script. So that worries me about both shows. But yeah,
Ewan McGregor will carry Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I have confidence.
The next show they announced was Acolyte.
Now, is that talking about like the Night Sisters?
Oh no, but this show, dude, it's gonna be dope as fuck.
What's it about?
Acolyte, obviously they haven't said too much on it, but Acolyte is this. It's basically about a Sith.
Okay. So it's like, I like that, a show taken from the Sith's point of view, because we really never get to see that in the movies.
And
only in the video
games. It's going to take place in the High Republic era. So this is going to take place before the prequels.
Oh. So they're they got almost to the Old Republic.
So we could see a young Yoda.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be really cool. But yeah, it's gonna focus on the emergence of dark side powers and the final days of the High Republic.
Gotcha. Or is it going to have any notable Sith? Like, are we going to see Palpatine anywhere? Are we going to see Palpatine's master, whose name I fucking forgot? Plagueis? Darth Plagueis?
We might see Plagueis. We could also see hints of Malak and all them.
That would be cool. If they dropped a little... I would just be happy if they had, like, I forgot the name of them. Yeah. In, Old Republic, or Knights of the Old Republic 2, the weird fucking mask. I think his name starts with an N.
Oh, Revan?
No, not Revan.
Oh, Nihilus.
Nihilus, yeah. It would be cool if they just had like a Darth Nihilus mask in the background or something like that. Just anything hinting to an Old Republic era type content would be cool. But that would be... now that I know what that is, I'm kind of more excited for it, because I do like it whenever shows and movies and stuff like that go to the point of view of like the bad guys for at least one show. So like it'd be nice to see things from like the Sith era, and it'd also be cool to see the Star Wars universe in that time period before things started to get a little messed up. Yeah. So I got my eye on that one. And then is that all for that one?
Yeah. And so obviously now
then Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan. This show was announced.
I can't express how excited I am for this show, because I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not like as big as and as deep into it as you are, but like for me, Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite character. I am so excited for the show, and Ewan McGregor's coming back.
So you didn't even see the Hayden Christensen is coming back.
He's also coming back as Darth Vader. I heard about that, yeah. So it's going to have Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen. It's going to have, two of the big dogs from the prequels. Hopefully in that time frame between the prequels being made and now Hayden Christensen learn how to act. But
fuck you.
I'm throwing shots, all right? But I'm excited for the show. It's going to take place right after the prequels, correct?
10 years.
And it's going to be talking about 10 years. It's going to be, Obi-Wan going into hiding on Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
I mean the premise is good. It's been explored before, I believe. It's some of the animated shows, but nothing like in this in depth. I'm sure. So I'm excited for that. All you really need to know is that Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are coming back, and it's probably gonna be all right.
I'm also thinking
Obi-Wan
we're gonna
is
get flashbacks
that would be dope if we got some
of
flashbacks.
like maybe Obi-Wan and Anakin that explains why Hayden
It
Christensen
would it would be
could.
cool if we got some flashbacks that deeper their relationship. Because in the prequels, I feel like there's not enough. Like they always talk about some of the grand adventures they go on, and it would be cool to actually see those, so that we can actually see,
That's for
the character of
that's
Anakin
also the
not
kind of
being a
whole
whiny
point of Clone
crybaby
Wars,
bitch.
though.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about like live action stuff.
You really need to watch
Because
Clone Wars. It's really good.
I know it's really good. It's just I just between working on YouTube videos and working 60 hours a week, I don't have time to watch a lot of shows. I'm barely fitting in the
yeah.
Mandalorian. Like
I'm just saying, like at some point, whenever you get some free time, just watch a couple.
yeah, I mean I will at some point. I don't know when, but at some point you're gonna get a text from me being like, "Bruh, season 2 finale, awesome."
Yeah. First couple seasons. I can't remember when it really starts to get really good.
Like season 4 or 5, right?
Somewhere around there. But yeah, Hayden Christian. All right, this is like major speculation, but I think it could also see flashbacks of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon, I would be so happy.
Well, this is this
I
is
would be
like
so happy.
major speculation. At least with the Hayden Christensen one, it's that's
maybe
very plausible because they have him coming back.
They have announced it, yeah.
But
I think what would be cool is a flashback to Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, like say like in the current time Obi-Wan's going through something and he just is trying to like get some advice from Qui-Gon. So maybe they'll do flashbacks, or maybe they'll just have a Qui-Gon Force Ghost show up.
I'm sure
think both are kind of
Yoda
plausible.
will probably come back at some point.
Yeah, I think Yoda's going to be there because Yoda is still alive. So I'm sure maybe they have some kind of... I don't know. I'm not a big Star Wars nerd, so I don't know. But maybe they have some way of communicating through the Force. Who knows?
I'm forgetting the most important part. So at the Revenge of the Sith, the Yoda revealed to...
Have the high ground. Don't try it.
Yoda revealed to Obi-Wan about being a Force ghost. And, oh my god, yeah, okay. So at the end of Revenge, he revealed that Qui-Gon, became a Force ghost, and Yoda also figured out how to do it. Which they...
Qui-Gon. I wish we could get a Qui-Gon show.
which they showed in the Clone Wars of, how Yoda discovers this. So I think we could see how Obi-Wan becomes a Force ghost. So I actually, now that I think about this, I think it's possible we might see Qui-Gon. Huge speculation, but I think we could, due to the fact of he will learn how to become a Force ghost, so he'll probably visit Yoda and then also see Qui-Gon.
Yeah. Out of all of them, let's go over our top 3 picks for what we're excited for. We also need to do that on Marvel.
Okay.
Just for real quick. While we're talking about Star Wars. My top 3 picks for Star Wars, for sure, Obi-Wan is number 1. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. Then after Obi-Wan, probably Ahsoka, and then Lando.
All right.
Because those are, I know they're not, the more off-brand ones, but Obi-Wan's my favorite Star Wars character, so of course I'm excited for that. Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson's a great actress. She's been good in everything she's ever been in, and Ahsoka as a character I really like. So, and then Lando, of course, is just it's fucking Lando. So I've seen some Clone Wars. I've watched a couple seasons, when they first came out when I was still younger, forever ago. I just haven't watched it within recent memory.
2 characters.
Fucking Rex, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Ahsoka.
I was kidding.
Fucking the blue bounty hunter guy whose name I forgot. Cad Bane.
Alright.
So what are your top 3?
Top 3? Obi-Wan, of course. Rogue Squadron and Bad Batch.
Okay. I like that. And then for Marvel, top 3 for me,
we'll do
Moon Knight,
movies.
Blade.
I say we do movies, top 3 movies, and then top 3 TV shows.
Okay, fine. For movies, number 1, Blade. Number 2, Spider-Man 3. Number 3, probably Shang-Chi, actually.
Okay. And then TV shows.
Number one is Moon Knight by far, by like a substantial margin. Bruh, Moon Knight's my favorite Star Wars Marvel character.
It's a joke.
No, I love Moon Knight. Also, another thing that has me hype is they're introducing Moon Knight and Blade, so I'm hoping that they introduce Punisher and Ghost Rider in one of these two, and we have a Marvel Knights movie or a Marvel Knights TV show.
Perhaps.
So Moon Knight's number one. Number two, probably Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then number three, probably Armor Wars.
Okay.
That's for me. What are you top three? What are your top three?
Movies, top three movies. Obviously,
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, of course.
Yeah. I saw that coming.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania,
Okay.
of course.
Okay.
And Fantastic Four, of course. They're all about the same level. I'm excited for all of them. Then, TV shows, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, of course. That show's going to be dope as fuck.
For number one?
Yeah. Armor Wars,
Okay.
number two.
Okay.
Number three. Part of me wants to say Miss Marvel, but I'm not really sure.
I need to see more on that before I even start getting hype.
Probably Hawkeye, honestly.
Hawkeye's underrated. I like Hawkeye, especially when the Jeremy Renner version.
I mean, probably Hawkeye, plus I really like Haley Steinfeld. Call me Stem for that. She is,
I still know who it is, so you're good.
Yeah, no, she's I think she'll be a good Escape Bishop.
So yeah, that I think that covers Marvel and Star Wars. Right?
What If's gonna be really dope, but I'm not.
What If is gonna be cool. I like the What If, especially since they're getting all the actors to actually do their voices. I think that'll be cool. I'm hoping that they do some more What Ifs that are outside of the normal MCU like boundary. I know they're doing like the Marvel Zombies What If, but I'm hoping they also expand that to weirder shit as well.
I just sent you a picture of Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, it's Haley Steinfeld? Bro, she looked like a dude.
Hey, don't say that.
But yeah, Marvel Phase 4 covered, Star Wars covered. What else do you want to talk about? We could go into my giant ass rant about Cyberpunk. So we got about half an hour left.
About
half an hour, 15
How
minutes.
long is this?
Or we've been recording for an hour, 32 minutes.
Oh, we're doing 2 hours. I thought it was gonna be an hour.
Oh well, no, we passed that a while ago. So we could end it here. We could do Cyberpunk.
That's
the choice is
honestly,
yours.
That's the choice is mine. You're the one recording.
Yeah, this is true, but it's our podcast.
That's true. It's our podcast. All right.
I know you haven't touched Cyberpunk, but I got a lot to say.
Sorry. I feel like, you know what? I feel like Cyberpunk. I kind of want to I don't know what I want, because I would kind of want to wait till I get it to play, so we could both talk about it. At the same time,
That is fair.
But
But you're also, how long is it going to take you to get a PS5? By that time, it might as well not even be worth talking about.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Well, I'm also thinking just saying fuck it and get it for my PC.
Okay, that's fair. My question for you is, have you seen any coverage on it? Because I can fill you in.
Okay. Well, obviously I've seen the
have you seen how bad things are?
I've seen there's performance issues with the base PS4 and Xbox.
Okay, let me say one thing. The game itself is actually a really good game. The RPG, it's RPG first, second, third, and fourth, and a shooter fifth. You're going to be doing a lot of. You can't have sex. It's not. They're not as bad as The Witcher, to be honest with you.
I could finally figure out what it is.
But I got that fucking virgin. The game is really good. The story is great. The characters are great. I've already found myself attached to quite a few of the characters. Everything is expertly written and voice acted. Everything is good on that. No, you cannot have sex with Keanu. There's some story stuff I'm not going to spoil, but
what's the point? What's the point?
There's a sex scene with Keanu where you're playing through Keanu's eyes. So you get to be Keanu. Yes, you get to be Keanu Reeves and fuck someone else. I'm not. You don't get to see his penis though. You just get to see.
Then what the fuck's the point?
I don't know, man. Shut up. But great game. The gameplay is great. The shooting is kind of clunky, but it's not bad. Like you can tell like the game is meant to be an RPG first and an action game second. Like it's passable.
So like
The
Fallout, the original Fallouts.
it's better than Fallout's. It's better than all the
Well, hold on
Fallouts.
now.
Like the gunplay is what
Yeah,
better
I'm
than the
just kidding.
Fallouts. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
just
everything.
saying.
The gunplay is better, but
I was just comparing to like how Fallout's obviously like back then, like the shooters were like,
yeah, it's kind of like that. The story great, characters great. Just everything about the game is great when you're talking about the actual gameplay and the actual game. Like if you're an RPG fan, you're gonna love it. Like it's just, I believe it can be one of the best games this year. If it were not
Last
for
of Us 2
the
already won.
glaring, fucking shut up. The glaring performance issues. So even if you are playing on a fucking monster PC and performance is not an issue for you, like you can keep a 60
Like me?
FPS frame rate, you have like you can have ultra graphics turned on. I mean, I have a gaming PC. I don't know how well it would run, but I didn't even try. But the game is just a buggy fucking mess. Like it makes a Bethesda game look like a clean fucking slate. Like I'm talking about, just like there are glitches where NPCs will be T-posing everywhere. I'm gonna talk about performance issues later. Right now, I'm just talking about the glitches that, like, even if I had a monster rig, these would still happen. NPCs are T-posing everywhere. Doors will become locked and you cannot open them, so you will have to reload a save because you cannot progress further in the level or the mission or whatever, because the door will just not lock. Doors will become open, but the texture will still be there, so you can walk right through the doors. There's multiple cases where while you're talking to an NPC, you'll get a call and you'll have two different NPCs talking over each other, making it extremely hard to tell what the fuck's going on. The cars just glitch out like crazy, fly everywhere. Driving sucks anyways, but cars will just be flying everywhere.
driving sucks.
Driving is, think GTA 4 but worse.
GTA 4 was
like
bad.
GTA 4's driving was terrible. It's like everything is on ice and all the cars are made out of styrofoam. Like nothing has weight to it and everything is way too slidey. But just several, like if you open up, I know on PlayStation, if you try to open up a menu while driving fast, your game will crash. Sometimes your game will just randomly crash from opening up your inventory or opening up the map. Just there are bugs everywhere. T-posing, just it's a buggy fucking mess. And then you have the performance issues, which if you're playing on a base console like a PS4 or an Xbox One, even if you're playing on the like upgraded versions of those consoles, you're still gonna have performance issues. Like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X or whatever it's called will be able to keep a stable 30 FPS frame rate for more of the game. But if you're playing on a base console, you will be lucky if you get 20 frames while out in the open world. On the missions where you have to go inside of buildings and that are more like secluded, you can hit that 30 FPS mark more often, but you're not going to be playing on a stable frame rate at all on a base console. But I think the worst offender of it, to be honest, is the resolution downscaling. So what that is the game can't handle all the shit like that, so your resolution will downscale from like 720p down to something lower, right? Which gives the game a whole look of being blurry. Like even if you have motion blur turned off, everything is blurry and pixelated, and just it gives you a headache after a minute, right? Because everything looks blurry. Textures will not pop in immediately. Textures will take upwards of like 5 minutes to pop in. Like if you were driving too fast, hop out of your car and go to a pedestrian on the street, they will have their far away texture model, which makes them look like they're from a PS2 game. Glitches are just everywhere. The game is just a buggy fucking mess right now. Which The Witcher 3, when it came out, was also a buggy fucking mess, but at least it kept a stable frame rate and didn't crash constantly. But the game is right now a mess. And if you wanted to wait to play on next gen or get a monster rig PC before you play it, I do not blame you. Also, if you did buy it on PS4, they did state buy it on a current gen console, they did state that they apologize and that you can get a refund for it. And if you need help getting a refund, they have a website set up to where you can get one. So you can get the game refunded now, but it's borderline unplayable. The only reason I'm really pushing through it is because the base gameplay is so good, and I've waited so fucking long for this game that came out that I'm kind of just glossing over it. But like, if you do not want to play it right now, no one will blame you for it. Apparently, the first big performance patch is coming in January, and the second one is coming in February, and those are going to have the ones that are like tons and tons and tons of performance issues and stuff like that, like fixes and stuff. So, yeah, the game... don't say that, please. Don't jinx it. But yeah, the gameplay is good. The story's good. Character's good. Voice acting good. Writing good. Gunplay serviceable. Driving terrible. Performance fucking garbage unless you're playing on next gen. And that is my Cyberpunk rant. Overall, just a huge disappointment after waiting for this long. And for all those people saying that, why are you trying to run a next-gen game on a current-gen console, or why are you trying to play the next generation of gaming on a 7-year-old console? The game was announced before the next-gen consoles were even a fucking glimmer in anyone's eye, and the game was in development for 6-7 years, meant for current-gen consoles. So that argument is invalid. And if a company is going to release a game on any platform, it is their job and their duty to make sure that the game runs well. Just because it's a current-gen console and it's not next-gen is not an excuse. So all those people trying to blame the consumer for playing it on a current-gen console, you're just a fucking idiot. Right? It is the company's fault, and if they're going to release it on a platform, then they need to make sure it is optimized. And that is CD Projekt Red's fault. That is entirely on them, and they really need to actually fix it. But yeah, that's Cyberpunk in a nutshell.
Let's see. What? All right, hold on.
Let's see, is there any other topics you want to cover? Because we are kind of getting deep into this.
All right. Well, I just want to say one thing. What the fuck, Fortnite? Like, hold on. Let's talk about this a second, bro. They are bringing in. Okay, so they brought in. Let's see.
Oh man.
All right, they
Kratos,
Master Chief, all the Marvel characters.
All of them. What? The Mandalorian.
Well, like, from when they did the Marvel shit.
They're doing crossovers, yeah.
What they did? They brought in like Aquaman, Harley Quinn. There's been
Joker,
Deadpool, Joker. I'm just trying to list off any character I can think of. Today they're releasing Walking Dead characters. I don't know if you saw that.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, I saw it, but I'm not excited for that one.
There's been the Star Wars characters.
I'm actually kind of like, I don't like Fortnite like that. Like, I can't play because I don't like battle royales. But it is kind of cool seeing a game have all these characters in one spot. I kind of wish the game was different, or at least you could use those characters in the Save the World mode, because I'm not really that big of a battle royale guy. But I think it is cool for the video game industry to get this many crossovers in one game.
Apparently, I also saw that they're bringing Arrow, like Stephen Amell's.
Oh, okay, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just a lot of characters.
Yeah, that's cool. Even if you don't enjoy Fortnite, you can at least think that that's a cool thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think it is dope. I wish Fortnite was not really a battle royale. I prefer the Save the World mode, but that's just me. And I think it's just a cool game. Hopefully that the Fortnite success from having all these crossovers will maybe get other games to do crossovers like that as well, and have like Marvel or DC characters appear in other games. But I don't know how likely that is, of course. But hopefully it starts something in the industry. Like Fortnite, believe it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, they did start the whole crossover thing, and I think a lot of the reason why games are even doing crossovers now is because of Fortnite's success from it. So, that's my piece.
Yeah, I just want to talk about that for a second, because, it's crazy how, like, so many characters are in these.
Yeah, it is really cool, and I wish I was good at Fortnite or even enjoyed it anymore.
I think it's finally bringing traction, because let's be real, the game hasn't. It's kind of, obviously it's still like popular, but it's definitely straight away from the public eye.
Once Kratos came out, I started playing it a bit more just because I thought it was cool to play as Kratos. Like, it's for me, I can't no life it. It is fun to hop on with some buddies. Like, I pretty much only play it socially. Like, if I hop on and I have some friends playing it, I'll hop onto it, but like, I'm not gonna play it by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want.
But yeah, is that all you want to talk about?
I just wanted to be like, why the fuck is there like all these characters? Because there is a lot.
Because it makes some money. It's the most popular game in the world right now,
yeah.
And anyone can see it as that as a chance to make some money from it. So.
Very true.
But we have been running for an hour and 45 minutes. Do you want to go ahead and wrap this up?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, this is the first episode. Not really sure on the name. If you guys want to leave suggestions.
Leave a comment down below, because right now we have the Rogue Moon podcast, which is kind of an edgy sounding name, or Nerdcast. But I feel like that's taken. I'll title this whenever I upload it. But if you guys have a better idea for a name, please leave a comment down below, and if we pick yours, we'll always give you credit.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah. So yeah, this is obviously our first episode. We're gonna literally talk about anything. Like we can have one episode entirely dedicated to EA and their practices.
But yeah, if you want to leave a comment down below on a topic, we will try to make video we're going to cover as many topics as we can in one podcast, depending on the size of that topic. Obviously, certain topics we can talk about way longer than others. But if there is something that you're interested to see our opinions on, or if you want to know more information about, go ahead and leave a comment down below, letting us know so we can cover it. Also, let us know what your favorite part of this podcast was, like what part you enjoyed talking or us talking about more, so that we can do more stuff like that. Like if you preferred us talking more about like the Marvel and Star Wars movies, we can do more movie/comic related stuff. But if you enjoyed us talking more about like Fortnite or Cyberpunk, we can do more video game related stuff. Just any feedback in general is helpful, because we want to make this the most entertaining podcast that we can to you all. So any comment or criticism helps. So make sure to leave a comment down below.
Or, I mean, have you decided when you want to, like, if you want to do this, like, Wednesdays, like, only on, like, release them on Wednesdays?
For me, it just depends on our work schedule.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be off on different days you are, so we kind of just need to find a day where we're both off and can actually record this stuff, because
normally I don't
we both work like 60 hours a week,
yeah.
So
normally I don't work until about, like, 4 or 5, so I could probably do it, like, earlier if you're up, like, pretty early.
See, for me, my work schedule, my normal hours are 11:30 to 8.
Or if you want to record it late, I mean, it's up to you. I don't really care.
I mean, I stay up to 4 a.m. every night, so it depends on how late you're going to be staying up.
I'll probably be up. So, but yeah, I mean, however you want to do this. But
yeah, we're going to try to release these weekly.
Yeah.
It depends on just how our recording stuff is and what the demand for it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also check out Rogue's channel in the description. He's posted some montages and stuff like that, but he's still trying to get his equipment, so he'll be up and running. So go ahead and pre-subscribe, so that when that stuff does come out, you can already go ahead and check that stuff out.
I have some ideas for videos. Some of the stuff we might talk about in podcasts could be like some videos that I was thinking about doing.
Yeah, we can do some cross promotion, like especially like because I have a larger following than yours. We can do some funny moments or something like that, and just kind of get you out there. You're a homie. I'll promote. Yeah, not to flex, but I hit 1 million views last month.
Well,
you know,
I don't
flexing the guns. I know, no one does.
That's a joke. But
nah, no one does. My Instagram post got like 3 likes, and I was like, "Thank you, Mom." Woo!
I liked it.
I know you did.
But no, I just yeah, I'll release. I think I have like an old video that I edited like a long time ago that I never uploaded. It was like from like Apex Season 1.
Let's say after we end this podcast, I can show you what good editing equipment that's cheap and good you can get.
Yeah,
the stuff I use.
I just need.
But we need to wrap this up. We've been doing an outro for like 10 minutes.
Hey.
But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe to both of our channels. You can subscribe to this one, which you're probably watching right now, and then use the description to go subscribe to Rogue's channel. And don't forget to leave a comment down below letting us know what your favorite part of the podcast was and what else you would like to see, because we are down to serve and to talk about any nerdy shit.
Serve and protect.
But yeah, exactly. What's up? Amen. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I was the Battle Moon, aka Noah, and this was my friend
Bro or Riley. I thought you were gonna say it. That's why I was like,
I was waiting for you. I gotta plug you. I'm serving the ball to you.
Yo.
But yeah, so Noah and Riley here signing off, and we will catch you in the next podcast. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.